probably doesn't have enough info, but
Dude,
are we
I'm dead inside, man.
are we live? All right. So before anybody says anything or anything else or whatever, let me first express my immediate feeling and reaction to everything that's going on, y'all. Because I was just telling it before the stream started. I actually recorded like a instant reaction video that I did not post because I was like, let me wait for a little bit more info, and it's yo, this is not there's no way this is real life. We gotta be living in a simulation, because how do we look to trade a man or shop a player that hasn't been on the team for a full 365 days? Think about that for a second. It has not even been a full year since we drafted KADARIUS Toney. It would be a full year sometime next year or something like that. And it's like you got Pat Leonard, who has a certain reputation amongst the Giants community, especially Giants Twitter, as to not be the most reputable source out there, right? He puts it out on TikTok of all places, bro. Not even Twitter, not even a website, the newspaper he works for, whatever he works for, on TikTok. Then you got basically every single major company running with it. Bleacher Report, BR Gridiron, PFF, CBS, you name it, bro. Pro Football Talk. There was a story out within like an hour. And then you got Carl Banks coming back out, and he's retweeting the interview he did with Brian Daboll and Joe Shane last night, where Carl Banks, basically the interview was saying they need players to be self-proficient, you know, to be motivated themselves to go to practice and whatnot. You connect that to all the quotes coming out of Wednesday, where in my opinion, it definitely seemed like they wanted Toney there. They were just saying that without actually saying those words. And then recently, Zach Rosenblatt just tweeted out as well. He's like, yeah, from my sources around the league, he's available. The only thing that's going against this is Toney's Instagram story, where Toney posted, "Don't be gullible." But everybody, like literally everything else, is saying he's available. This is crazy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. There's too many people to shout out. Hit the like button, share it out, and let me get Nate first, because he looks like he about to fall asleep, and then let me get Ash, man.
Listen, I'm sorry, Kush. I am slowly dying inside, and that's just how it is being a Giants fan sometimes. I first of all, like you mentioned, we do not have enough reputable information, first of all, and we don't even have the information as to why this is or is not happening. So I want to just preface, I guess, anything I will say on this stream with that, because we all know how easy it is to look stupid 2 days later when actual stuff drops, but whatever. With that out of the way, why are the Giants like this? I think no matter how you look at this, it's not good. There's no way you can look at this situation and come out on the other side and say, yes, this is a functional organization that is doing things that you expect a good football team to do. Like, whether you think he should be traded, whether you think he shouldn't, whether you care about the missing workouts, whether you don't, there is no way to look at this and not come out on the other side saying, oh my God, why are we Giants fans? Because it just doesn't end, you know? It's every goddamn month. It's a new story. It's a new scandal. It's a new something. I mean, even with Logan Ryan, I'm not going to curse this early in the stream, even with Logan Ryan and now the problem with his salary, it's just, it doesn't end with this team, man. Like, come on, guys. We just brought in a new regime. We just thought this was going to be a real restart. We thought, with all the wonderful things John Mara was saying, we might finally have an NFL franchise that actually looks like an NFL franchise. And here we are, like you mentioned, shopping a player who has not been on this team for a full calendar year yet. Here we are, looking to trade away, arguably with Saquon not looking like himself, the most talented offensive player we've had in the last 4 years. Has it been 4 years since Odell was traded? I think it has. Either way, since Odell was traded. And here we are with a new regime looking to absolutely tear everything down, and that's fine, but looking to get rid of a young, talented player who has not been given a chance to succeed. And I think if you want to say, hey, maybe there's stuff we don't know, sure. Like, that's what Ash was saying, and you know what? That's fair. He's right. There's stuff maybe we don't know. Maybe Shane and Dave will have some info that we don't have yet. Maybe there are teams that are gullible enough to trade for a guy that just arguably has no value at this point. And if they are shopping him, that would indicate that there is something wrong enough with him where he shouldn't be trade worthy. But hey, once again, no matter what any of that situational stuff ends up being, we are a team looking to trade away the 21st overall pick in the NFL draft after a rookie season where he played with Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm, a few games of Daniel Jones, Jason Garrett as his offensive coordinator, and playing through injuries, and still managed to be the most exciting thing about our offense. It defies belief sometimes. I don't even know where I'm going at this point, but someone talk. I can't even.
Ash, you got it, bro. Let me just get this super chat real quick from Peter Biscardi. Thank you so much for the support. He says the New York media is pushing out players. Hashtag OBJ all over again. Go ahead, Ash.
So I'm gonna just say this, and anybody could believe this with, however they believe with a grain of salt, or believe it with however you want to believe it. I have somebody that I know on Twitter who worked. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want nobody mentioning him and blowing up his DMs, but he works with KADARIUS Toney's cousin, and basically KADARIUS Toney's cousin said KT hasn't been taking football serious. He's been in the streets. He's, not taking care of his body, this, that, and the third, and we've heard it, before.
And by the
KT
way, what
saying,
Ash is saying, Ash is known for, I want to say, about a month now, probably.
yeah, I've known
Maybe a
this
little
for
bit
a
more.
while.
Because I remember him
And
telling me this last month.
and he's been saying, he said it before. He said, football is not going to make me. So when I came on here last week, when I said, I took a little bit of offense to KT not showing up, because that's the belief that I got from, right? So with that being said, if that's the case, I don't give a damn if KT is getting traded or not. I really don't. If you're not serious about football, why the hell are you like? Why the hell should you be obligated, and even as fans, for us to keep this player who's not taking football serious? I mean, we heard we heard that Kenny Galladay basically saying, "Oh, everybody should be here. We haven't heard from KADARIUS. He hasn't reached out to us. So me and Sterling Shepard are going to reach out to him."
The thing
You
that
know,
just real quick, probably the most worrying thing from that Wednesday was when Kenny Galladay said it's been a while since he spoke to KADARIUS.
So that's my viewpoint of when I give my takes. If you know me on Twitter, I put out tweets saying, where's KADARIUS? Why aren't you here? Da 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 da. That's just my viewpoint. Um, and also about KADARIUS as well. It's like this dude, he's only played 1 year receiver in college. Every year of his collegiate career in college, he's been hurt, and his rookie year, he's been hurt. You know, my ideal situation, if you're taking this serious, you should want to get better at your craft. You should want to be there. And I've also been on record saying that I think it's not just, I think it's not just like out of the ordinary or ordinary that the Giants are doing their workouts early. Like, I feel like they're doing their workouts early because they want to
Well, because they have
do
a new head
something.
coach.
Yeah, and
Every
also
team that
like I
has a
feel
new
like,
head coach, they start their workouts 2 weeks early. It's an NFL like rule, basically.
and for them to be the first team to do all, like, to start all their workouts, like when they were lifting the weights, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. We don't know what KADARIUS is doing. So I'm not really tripping. But now that I see these players on the field with their, their helmets and jerseys, I know it doesn't mean much. It's voluntary, but them actually getting a playbook, like, I feel like Brian Dable takes that serious. And even though he's not going to say that in front of the media, saying, "Oh, KADARIUS should be here," or even if he says, "I'm going to keep that private. I'm not going to speak on that for now." There's going to be the whole media, including Pat Leonard. They're going to make a headline out of it, and it's going to spread like wildfire. So I don't know. Me, I just always, I looked at it from that perspective. I don't give a damn, especially if we get something for him. I know there's a report that said the league isn't high on him, but they said the Saints might be interested in him. I think, you could look at a team like the Chiefs who can afford to give something up for him, and, have an offensive coach. I might look at his talent. So I'm not going to be tripping about it. Obviously, there's something that is there that we don't know, and I've said it before again. Like we're going into a draft with a class that is loaded at receivers, and we have 9 picks to do so. So I'm not tripping.
So let me get the first caller on because there's already a little bit of a line back here. Jake, what's up, man? What you got to say?
What's up,
What's
Jake?
going on, guys?
What's going on, Jake?
Back when Beckham was here, I think it's just I think it's just crazy how Gettleman traded away Beckham just because of like what he thought was going on, but then he decided to draft Tony with all these problems.
I
I
swear,
just think that's funny.
Dave Gettleman and this Giants franchise is going to be like Donald Trump and SNL. It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. It is a scar that is not going to heal on this franchise.
Dave Gettleman gotta see me, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. He gotta see me. He gotta see me at some point.
Is he's a criminal. Like we talked about on the Twitter Spaces. I might pay Dave Gettleman a visit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's a criminal who drafts criminals. Hit it right in the head there, Ash.
Wasn't DeAndre Baker the only one, or did Tony get stopped for something?
No, I'm just
Tony-
referencing DeAndre Baker.
Tony, he had the thing where like he got pulled over with the AKs in his trunk.
Oh yeah, right.
I
I forgot about that.
forgot about
I
that.
forgot all about that.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Future Giants cornerback Khalil Alam, or however you say his name.
Oh, don't start this, please.
No, I was like, keep that man away from my team just because he's friends with Kadarius.
Okay. You're going in the opposite direction. All right, cool.
Oh man, Jake, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, the difference between Beckham was he was able to produce on the field with all the issues. Like no matter what was happening, Beckham was still putting up the stats. Tony just can't get on the field.
This is what I'll say though, Jake, and I don't want to seem. I'm gonna try and be as objective as I can, so I don't want anybody to take this as complete Tony defense. But he has only had 1 year, right? And like Nate was saying, it was with Garrett, it was with Mike Glennon. You know what I mean? Like
Don't forget Jake Fromm. Can't
Jake
forget
Fromm,
Jake Fromm.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like you had one down year, right? Your rookie year. And you have a coach who literally made Gabriel Davis look like a god in the playoff game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
Shouldn't you want to, I don't know, try to get, just a little bit better? Like, have we?
Here's my thing though. Like, isn't that even more depressing? Honestly, like, isn't that even sadder that he's just that remarkably talented and he just doesn't care enough?
That's what makes me mad about it the most. It's like if he took the work ethic of, like, a lot of people want to compare him with Odell. I never try to compare him with Odell, but
If he had
the
Odell's work ethic, we're not talking right
he
now.
would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the thing about Odell is, and people will always forget this, like, Odell was a diva, let's be honest, like a lot of really good wide receivers were, but like a lot of really good wide receivers, Odell was a diva who cared a lot about football and cared a lot about winning. He wanted to win, he wanted to catch touchdowns, he wanted to do a lot of both. I mean, at the end of the day, whether any of this is valid, whether it's all just smoke, whether Ash's sources are right or wrong or anywhere in between, it's just a matter of, can the Giants please be normal? Please?
It's like it's kind of like the opposite. Like Odell cares too much.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Doesn't, like,
That's true.
Sounds about right.
But I mean, look, if you could find a team that could give you a third, like, I would take a third.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't think I'd take a third.
But who's
It
giving
just doesn't
more?
make sense.
But who's giving more than a third though? That's
No,
the real
it's
question.
not about that. It's about, like, once again, the problem with trading Tony is he has no damn value. Like, if all this is true and all of this is real and, like, legitimate, odds are you might not even get a third from a team. And even if you did, a third-round pick for a guy with his talent just doesn't make sense. It's not worth the value. You might as well just keep him and see if by some miracle you can get him to actually care.
Then again, like, if all this comes out and it turns out the Giants were actually, like, real for draft, like, trying to trade Tony, then he's really not going to show up.
Oh,
So,
no.
like,
Absolutely
He's
not.
not coming.
If this is
Right.
legit and we don't end up actually getting to trade Tony, dude, He is
Bro,
gonna
he's gonna sit out,
fully
bro.
fuck off.
He's gonna sit
And
out.
if people was sharing his Instagram story like, "Oh, Tony's staying," I'm like, that doesn't mean
I'm like that. Yeah, that
anything.
doesn't mean they're not shopping him.
Like they're not gonna tell him, "Hey, we're shopping you." Like as
Yeah.
soon as the news breaks, like no, like dude didn't even spell gullible right. Like
Did he not?
no, he spelled it was like Gullable.
Oh no, surely not. Don't
Bro,
say
oh my
that.
god. I was
KADARIUS,
like, yeah. I'm like,
buddy.
he's gone.
Hey,
Oh god.
listen, I'm gonna say this. And then like I said, I got a line, so Jake, don't leave. I'm gonna just pop you out to get the next caller in. Maybe I'll pop you back in a bit later. I'm gonna just say this. I'm praying that this is a 5D chess move. Joe Shane, you know, he texted Tony. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna leak a rumor so that nobody knows what we're doing on draft night, bro." But it's not real. I'm just praying it's a 5D chess move, bro.
He's praying for some spy v spy action.
Exactly. Jake, like I said, don't leave. I'm just getting the next caller on. It is a Giants content creator, legend, OGR. What's up, man?
Hey, been a minute, OGR. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you doing, Nate?
I'm sad.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not surprised by any of this. Like, I know we all sit here and we're depressed, and I'm not telling you to be happy, but we know,
Good.
when we think about people and their careers and whatnot, and not just football sense. Not everybody, the career they pick, the career they're supposed to go with, even if it's something they're really talented at, stays with it or has the passion to do it. Some guys' motivations are simply, that's the easiest way for make me a couple mil. I have the talent to do it. I'll just do it this way. I mean, like, we don't know people's motivation. We all just assume they got drafted in the league, they wanted to play, and money's not an issue. You're giving 20-year-olds millions of dollars. What do you expect to happen? I mean, some of these kids, their frontal lobe, which controls decision making, isn't even fully developed when they get drafted.
Most aren't.
Exactly.
The vast majority.
Like,
Combine that real quick. Combine that with once again going back to what Ash was saying. I know the person I was talking about. If that dude is correct, which I would be inclined to believe him, and he's hanging around the wrong crowd, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to see somebody's talent be wasted, but if you don't have the passion to play football, and if Ash is correct, then there's no point in keeping him. Get whatever you can for him. I don't care if it's a 6th-round pick. I understand. I want to cultivate the talent. I want to give this kid the 3 years and the benefit of the doubt. But your track record coming in the league is absolute garbage. And I'm not going to sit there and allow the excuses of, oh, it was Mike Glennon, it was Jake Fromm, or, you know, it was an injured Daniel Jones, or it's a bad offensive line. The dude had 189 yards with Mike Glennon at quarterback, and then was injured and was never the same player after that game. Half his yards came in one game, and his receptions, I believe.
Ash, real quick, let me get your response to that, because that's kind of a similar vein of what you were saying. Anything to add on before I go to Nate?
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. Like, he's been injured every year of his career. So I would think, like, if a player wants to take football serious, you should be working at getting yourself better. Like I said, your coach is a head coach who made Gabriel Davis look like a superstar. You know, Stephon Diggs. Like, just think of that receiver room over there and how. Like,
Offense coordinator Mike Kafka.
Yeah, like a lot of people want to say it's ran through Josh Allen, but you know, like that offense has a big thing to do with Dable. You know, so for me, I would like, I don't know. Then with that thing, it's not my source; it's somebody else's source. I just want to say that's what I heard. But when I hear that, I'm just like, I don't think he takes it serious. And that's like the last thing we need for a rebuilding team.
And you think about the quote once again. That quote that I was thinking was talking or kind of going towards Kayvon Thibodeau, where Shane was saying if a certain player's character doesn't match what we want in this building, they're kind of erased from our board. What's the chances it was actually aimed towards KADARIUS Toney? I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing now that stuff is coming out.
It's different. Like, I could get why people are mad about Kayvon, like his personality, because literally he just said something about Alabama, and he has like another career that he wants to like he wants to match with his NFL. Everything you hear from around the league is Kayvon is, he's this great worker. He's a monster. He takes football serious. Like, it's different from Kayvon to Kadarius. Like, I could get why people are mad at Joe Shane if he was talking about Kayvon because, like,
Yeah.
that's a talent that you don't pass up on.
Well, here's my thing. It's just when you're looking at the talent, I don't think I don't think anyone would say it's a talent issue. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of can you get Tony get off his ass and play football. And OGR made the point in so many words of either you want to do it or you don't. And if he doesn't want to, I guess he doesn't want to. But I think if we're talking about a guy like this who just has the potential to do everything he wants on a football field, it is so depressing to think that he has that talent and he might not end up using it. I mean, can you imagine if you or anyone you know was of that level of athleticism and you had the ability to go on the football field, catch the ball on a screen, make 3 guys miss and take it to the house? I would want to do nothing but that all day long. I don't get it, man.
And I was saying that too. It's like, and that's really in everything. Like, I was saying, even if, like, I put out a tweet, I said, Kadarius Toney can miss the whole all season, and he can make one juke move, and everybody would like say, "Oh, see, he's fine," right? And that's really like everything, like in life. Like you see people on YouTube who have a big following, but like they don't put in the work nearly as other people put in the work, but they could put out just something, that they haven't really put that much work in, and it can blow up. But you have somebody.
Talk about someone in specific here, Ash? I feel like Ash is ranting about something here.
We're on YouTube, and so it was that was the first.
It was the first thing that came to his mind. Yeah.
I'm not taking shots at nobody.
No, I'm just messing with you, dude.
If you guys
Go ahead,
don't mind,
OGR.
I want to make this point. So during the day, I'm an electrician. Okay, I'm a master electrician. I have an E2. I have an E2 license. The only thing about me would be an E1, which would be somebody who can run their own business. So I deal with apprentices all the time, and I can tell you within the first 10 minutes if this kid's going to make it or not. And it's all about potential and evaluating talent and what this kid could be, or can he make it or can he not make it. And your boss relies on you taking your judgment and giving this all the time. And I've had some really good apprentices, and I've had some really bad apprentices. The guys that I can take under my wing, I can cultivate and try and help them be the best person they can be, often succeed. And I can tell you the guys, I've seen some real talented guys out there that can be excellent electricians. They just don't have the motivation. They want to go do something else. They start being in the trade. They just don't want to do it. And that's what happens with some of these guys. You run into these really talented guys. We have to keep it in mind. Yes, it's absolutely depressing. But as an organization, it's hard to tell somebody's motivation. You have an off season. You have scouts. You have all the talent. And Nate, I get it. You see the athleticism on the field, and you're like, wow. But let's face it, the guy out of Florida wasn't the most polished route runner.
Oh, he's still not.
I think, Ash, was it you that brought that up last stream or somebody else? It's like the fact that he wasn't the most polished route runner is even more reason he should be in these voluntary camps. Somebody brought up.
I think that was
Absolutely,
somebody else, but
It's a very valid point, sure.
But you also have to want to do that. You want to have to be a better polished route runner. And he obviously doesn't want to put the effort to do it.
Yeah.
Right then and there, it's a red flag. The Giants missed it, but a lot of people, and I hate making this point on their thing, Bub, because I've done it numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
We sit there and we hammer Dave Gettleman, we hammer Jerry Reese, and these guys are punching bags for the real problem. Chris Mara, John Mara, Kevin Abrams.
100%.
These guys are still part of this organization.
In this scenario, I would definitely say Chris Mara because I don't think John Mara would draft KT if I'm being honest. If it was up to him.
No.
To be honest with you, I'm not saying
I would think this was,
but I'm just saying let's keep an open mind and not. I don't believe all the decisions are slowly made by Dave Gettleman. You heard of John Mara's comments earlier in the offseason talking about how he wants the coach and the GM to be on the same page and that he kind of like has the final decision. Don't be surprised if John Mara or Chris Mara at the very least, is making the final decision on some of these draft picks. He really is. And honestly, I'm a believer of letting Joe Shane and these guys make the decisions. They are the football guys. You brought them in for a reason. Allow them to build the team the way they see fit and stay out of it. But apparently we can't do that.
I'm gonna pose a question to the you three that kind of relates to what you were talking about with Gelman, but it's more so just this is now, I want to say, the second player in the past 4 years we've drafted that has, some doubts about him before the draft that somehow still slipped through and he's with the Giants, and now we're in before he starts his second season, some type of conundrum with him, right? Obviously the first one was DeAndre Baker. It's like, how do both of them kind of get through those cracks? What happened there? Who is to blame? Like, just an open-ended question. Let me get Ash, Nate, and then OGR.
I think the DeAndre Baker thing is kind of different to me, but I think the KADARIUS Toney thing is I think that's more on Judge. Like, I think that's a Judge thing right there, because I had the belief that I didn't give credit to Dave Gettleman for the last draft. I gave it to Joe Judge because I felt like John Mara kind of let Joe Judge have the reins this draft. We see it around the league how sometimes a head coach, they take control of the draft sometimes for some picks, and the GM does. I felt like since Joe Judge really wanted a receiver last year, I felt like that was a Joe Judge move. I really don't know who's to blame, because I think I've got the belief that when the report came out about Kayvon, I felt like that was John Mara. I felt like that was John Mara talking about the character issues and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know, but something did come out. I don't know if anybody saw this about the Ralph Vacchiano. He posted something. He said that he doesn't know what to say about it, but he said that one person he spoke to thought the Giants could get a third rounder for him, and most thought it would be less. And they said that it seems like they are more listening than like actually trying to trade him. But I just feel like it's kind of weird that at the combine he said KADARIUS was like untouchable and that he wouldn't be trying to trade him. Now it's kind of like you're so quick to get him off. But I'm trying to see what else he said. He said that they have no allegiance to the players picked by the previous game. No one is ever really safe, and this is stuff we all know. He basically just said he doesn't know if they're trying to trade him or just trying to gauge his value.
Mm-hmm.
So,
go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, there's two answers to your question, Kush. The logical answer and the true answer. The logical answer is that it's probably a mix of all their faults. I would say that in different ways, each of them has contributed to the general failure to run this organization properly. I think it goes top down, and like OGR was saying, the disease here, rather than the symptoms, are the Maras. It is just the systematic nepotism that is running rampant through this organization, and then that leads to hires like Dave Gettleman, and eventually problems with coaches like Joe Judge, and that leads to picks being made like DeAndre Baker, like, if this does go up in flames, like people are talking about, KADARIUS Toney. Picks that just objectively don't make sense at the end of the day. Because Ash was talking about, it seems like they just slipped, Hub was talking about, it just seems like they slipped through the cracks. And I think if you're talking about who's to blame, logically, it's probably a mix of all of them, because on some level, there was a complete lack of preparation for last year's draft. I mean, my goodness, there was no backup plan for anything. So many things went wrong, and it was so clear that they didn't have a backup plan for any single one of them. So the logical answer, in my opinion, is it's all of their faults. I think blame can be distributed pretty evenly. But that's not the true answer. The true answer is it's God's fault, because God hates us, and this franchise is cursed. So there you go.
Go ahead there, OGR. That's a tough one to follow up, man.
No, it's all right. So he is right, and it's
God's fault. Thank you.
Okay, then.
Great.
Well, no, it's not necessarily God's fault, but it's nepotism across the organization. It's the reality that it was from the scouting department all the way up to John Mara himself. It's an organizational letdown, and being able and not going through the proper thing. And when we traded back, we were hurt by the fact that we missed out on what is currently an Eagle right now, and that's basically what it boils down to. That was our pick rate last year, and that's what got stolen from us. And we should have just stayed put and said, okay, we'll take Micah Parsons, but no. What we decided to do was go, no, we'll trade back. Bears, oh, that's a great deal. Awesome. You guys stink. You guys we're gonna have a great pick. And then when we got back there, maybe a handful of guys that we thought were gonna be there were off the board. Now it's like, oh God, maybe you have like a high second round grade on KADARIUS TONEY. Well, we're close enough. We'll take him. Like that, it was a panic move, and to me, it was complete. I do believe Nate when he says it. I mean, all the signs point to we didn't know what we were doing in last year's draft, and it's just keeping the same heads. And we basically are living in an echo chamber, and we're telling ourselves the same thing over and over again. Like it's gonna change what's been happening over the last 10 years. It's not. And I don't want to sit here and be negative and berate this team. I want this build to go right, and I want to see Joe Shane and Diane Dable and this whole organization maturate and bring us to the promised land. But if our owner and this conglomerate of guys are going to continue to do this, we are going to – it doesn't matter who you hire as head coach, doesn't matter who you hire as GM, you're going to see the same thing over and over and over again until they finally relinquish power and say, okay, please, somebody fix this for us because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I do actually kind of want to sit here and yell at this team. I don't have the energy to do it right now, but it's what I want to do. I would love to just sit here and fucking lose my mind on this team that for some reason we all root for. I don't really know why. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable, but we do it. And yet here we are with medium Pepsi memes and
oh my God, I forgot about that.
Players being traded and drafted and busting and all this terrible stuff. It's just... I do want to yell at the team. I want them to succeed, you're right, but I do also just want to sit here and be mad. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm too depressed to be mad.
Well, here's the thing. There is some light at the end of the tunnel, Nate. At least
is there, though?
There is. I mean, Jahan Dotson is like a realistic...
Oh, God, you back again with your Penn State nonsense. Oh, God, I should have seen it coming.
Oh, no, don't let Ash get started on his George Pickens agenda, man.
No!
You got two star-studded Ohio State receivers, waiting for you.
Ash, I will end you. I will find you, Ash. I will find you.
Got a man by the name of Garrett Wilson. He looks like a stud. I mean, I know.
I will send Fisk after you, Ash.
Everybody seems to be depressed. I'm not really depressed. I could care less. This is what.
Which stage of emotional grief is this, by the way? Is this bargaining or is it acceptance?
Acceptance.
This is
okay. We're cool. Nice.
We knew this was gonna happen. We knew that this year was going to be a throwaway year.
But to throw away the player you drafted less than 365 days ago?
They don't got no ties to him.
They have no ties.
He's not. At the end of the day, he's not his player.
Listen, I'll say this, right? If things are really as bad as they seem right now, like behind the scenes, then yeah, it probably makes sense to move him. However, it will always be a bad trade if we don't get like a second back, and we're not gonna get a second back. He's not worth that. I don't mean to speed up anything here, though, Ogier. Like I told Jake before, I do got a line. Thank you so much for calling in, bro. It's been a minute. Let me get Mike Green on next. Then it's Manny, then Isaiah, then Chris. By the way, Isaiah, it says your devices are not connected, so by the time I get to you, hopefully do connect your devices. Mike Green, what's up, man?
Yeah, Mike, a lot of that going around. Yeah.
What is going on? Please tell me I'm in a nightmare.
Nah, bro, we're in a simulation, man.
I wish I could tell you that, Mike. I wish.
Why we can't have superstar wide receivers? Why?
Because we traded away the one that we had.
Why can't we be normal?
Until Sterling Shepard is off the team,
you know what?
We are still under the boat trade, so.
Oh,
you know
God.
He might be right, bro.
Really?
He might be right, bro.
Really?
Sterling Shepard is the only player left from the boat trip, bro.
We still on the boat, Curtis? We still here?
You're a terrible human being for bringing that up, Ash. You're terrible.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I was trying not to be depressed today. I said I was not going to be depressed today. You know what? This is why I brought up that Debo Samuel trade the last time we talked, Hub. This is why.
Debo
Oh,
Samuel
This is
still
yeah.
ain't
why.
happening, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, even if Tony's being shopped, we literally can't pay
First of
Debo.
all, I don't want to get rid of Tony. This is the best player on the offense. What are we doing? You know
Okay, stop the
what?
cap.
Sorry.
Andrew Thomas is the best player
Hate
on
to
the
interrupt,
offense.
but I do know what we're doing, and I just want to interject. We're sucking. That's what we're doing. We've been doing quite a lot of it. We're continuing to do so, and we likely will for the near future.
Bring up
When do we get tired of losing? That's my question. You know what? As Giants fans, they never complain about Amani Toomer. Why? He was quiet. He wasn't in the news. He just went on the field, did his job, went home. Everybody ain't gonna be Amani Toomer. But that's seem like what the Giants want. It's like they're trying to be the Patriots. They don't want no attitudes, no personalities. They just want lunch pail guys. And it hasn't worked for a decade. Try something different. For once in our life, can we try something different? I know one thing. We draft a receiver within these 5 and 7 picks. Tony gone.
Oh
The
yeah,
writing on the wall.
Well, it looks like you might be gone before then.
definitely.
Let me get this super chat here from Tudo, man. Shout out to Tudo for the support. I appreciate it. He says, we've heard differently here since yesterday that Tony hasn't been returning GM and head coach calls, messages for a while. They're trying to get his attention and a lesson to be learned by the rest. But what's your source, Tudo? Where are you getting that information from?
Source, trust me.
I gotta know the source of that, bro. That's a very bold information drop right there. And Diggy says we wanted superstars, but we got super gremlins. Yeah, it's looking that way.
Now's my save for you.
Please stop, Ash. Don't sing the song.
You swish like a
Kush, thank you for having me on. I've been here for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's about all I've got for the Giants tonight. I can't do anymore. Thank you so much for having me on. Good luck with the rest of the stream, Giants family. I don't know what else to say. Adios, guys.
Peace
Have a good
out,
one.
Nate.
Have a good one, man. As y'all could see, thank you,
Listen,
Nate. He was tired
I'm
while
not-
on here, so I don't blame him. But go ahead, continue, Ash and Mike.
I'm just saying, I'm not tripping. I'm not, we draft one of these receivers and they ball out. Who the hell gives a damn about KADARIUS Toney? I'm just
Listen.
saying,
Ash, we got other needs, bro.
No, here's
Like,
the thing, Mike. I was
receiver-
about to respond with Ash. If we can get a 3rd round pick for Tony, which I don't know if we can, but if we can get that, I feel like there's definitely a receiver. You know what? I feel like use that 2nd round pick on a Christian Watson, bro,
Mechie.
and then you got 3
Listen.
3rd round picks. You could still fulfill some needs there, bro.
We knew this year was the year Joe Shane had to get out all the roaches out of the Giants facility.
Are you
know?
calling Kadarius Toney a roach?
No, I'm just saying, maybe he might be one.
So you are.
Wow.
So you are.
No, I'm
Villa
listen,
Ash.
I'm
Yo,
just saying
racially motivated?
that's absolutely wild. Okay, but anyway, I'm just saying is that we told ourselves do not be attached to anybody on this team. Nobody, right? If the dude not taking football seriously, if the dude not trying to, damn them. I know it's every time, but them keys is loud as hell.
You're
I know they can't hear it.
spiking.
Yeah.
Your voice is spiking. I'm noticing. I don't know, something about your mic
bro.
or something. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, that's nice. But well, I forgot what I was saying.
You're saying if you don't
You were
take your craft
you were calling
seriously.
Kadarius Toney a
Honestly,
roach.
If he wasn't taking it serious, why do we need to be upset about him? Just replace him.
Here's my
Something
thing.
better.
It would be for
somebody
me,
who's
bro.
not-
It would be more about upset about how in the world are you replacing him. That's what it is.
I mean, I know somebody by the name of George Pickens, so I know somebody by the name of Garrett Wilson. Know somebody by
Not
the
in
name
the
of Chris
first round, bro.
Olave.
Even if we
I know
trade him, I'm
somebody-
not drafting no first round wide receiver,
I
man.
know somebody by the name of Christian Watson.
That's
I know
I could do
by
the second
name of,
round.
You know, I know somebody by the name of Treylon Burks, Jahan Dotson. I know a lot of receivers that could easily replace Kadarius Toney. Probably be healthier. Probably stay on the field a lot more games. So, you know. But I get it.
We
though.
got
Warrior
we
4
got
not going to produce itself. So.
Yo,
I'm not finna do this, bro.
yo,
Ooh, I'm
bro,
not finna do this.
bro. We're gonna keep.
Ooh,
This is what's
I'm
gonna
not
happen.
finna do this.
We're gonna keep Tony. It's gonna be week 5 of the season. We're 1-4, and he's gonna tweet out Warrior 4 is out. Warrior 4 is dropping in 2 weeks.
But
Come on, bro.
listen, man, it's just like, and I watched the interview that Brian Dable spoke with Carl Banks, and I know you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it really alluded to like he probably takes people showing up to voluntary workouts or trying to better themselves really serious. So maybe that was the breaking point. I don't know. I
Mike,
don't know.
Mike, go ahead. What you got, bro?
I felt like we hired Brian Dable and got Mike Kafka to get the best out of Kadarius Toney because
Just the offense in
they
general.
had, like including of course Kenny Galladay, Saquon Barkley, and the rest of the crew, but this offense was designed to get the most out of the first round pick of 2021. Why are we trying to get, just like you said, he ain't been on the team a year, and he about to be gone. What?
He not
Can
hungry,
we see
man.
what he can do?
He not hungry. You could teach somebody all you want if they're not willing to accept the teaching or trying to put the work in. There's only so much you could do. I mean, it does kind of worry me that it's literally not even before the draft when we trying to trade him. But like I said, I don't know what's going on. So we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's like, you know what? This just even shows even more that Odell Beckham trade was the worst mistake in this franchise history. Because we ain't replaced him yet.
Nope.
We're still looking for his replacement.
Man,
But
listen,
we shouldn't
bro.
have to look
According
for
to
his
Ash, it's gonna be
replacement.
Pickens.
You want to
bro.
know? You want to know who his replacement is?
Pickens?
Oh boy, here we go.
Pickens, huh?
Garrett Wilson.
Oh my god.
Listen,
I'm not
the
taking
Giants-
Garrett Wilson with the 7th
listen.
overall pick, bro.
The Giants just need to do what I instruct them to do. Trade back and get a first next year.
With who?
With that pick,
With who? No, trade back with who?
Pittsburgh, whoever wants to trade up, get a first next year. You could get either Garrett Wilson or Olave. Then the next year you tank for CJ Stroud, and then with that second first round pick, draft Jackson Smith-Njigba. So it's literally,
Okay, bro.
Giants. They're
Sure.
not hungry. They don't want to listen to me.
Ash,
they
they're
don't
not
wanna listen
listening to you
me, so-
because your mic is breaking up too much, bro.
Oh well.
Mike,
Oh, well, let me.
let me get another thought out of you real quick, and then I gotta pop on Manny and then Chris, bro.
Bruh,
Hello.
I'll say it like this. Work on his offensive line, work on the defensive side of the ball. Let's keep what we got to see what we have before we just trade it away. Hopefully, he find an inner fire within to show up and do what he needs to do to be successful for this franchise. Because we can't get that first round pick back. It's gone. It's over with. So can we at least try to see what we can get out of it before we just throw it in the dumpster? That's all I'm asking.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, Mike, like I said, don't pop out. I'm probably gonna pop it back in a little bit later. Let me just get these people in here. Next up, we got a great friend of the show, Manny. What's up, man? You're muted. Just want to let you know you muted.
What's good, man? What's good, guys? How we
What's
doing?
up? Not so
Nope.
good. I mean, well, Ash is doing fine, but I'm not doing so good.
I'm doing quite dandy.
Yeah, you know what?
So,
Yeah.
I'll say this to start.
And real quick,
Friends
Manny,
first.
was it you or was it Antonio that tweeted out that clip? I forgot which one of y'all. Where Ash is literally saying, "Get Kadarius Toney off my team" from
Hashtag-
last week's
hashtag-
podcast episode.
I don't know who
Clip
that
God,
is.
Clip God.
I don't
Yeah,
know who
hey, he did. I mean, hey, Ash, I'll never doubt you again, bro.
Facts.
I'll
You
never.
know, I appreciate that.
Hey,
'Cause
hey,
people was
listen,
calling me
bro.
Crazy. People was coming at me crazy, like I didn't know what I was talking about.
I just always got a couple of tone because he's the dude that, I'm connected with on BT. But I think everybody, for the most part, just were like, even Ash. Ash was like, he didn't like it. He was very much on the negative side of it, but also wasn't saying like, oh, trade him, get him off my team. My man has a character problem, whatever the fuck that means.
You know, somebody called me a coon because
Men are so disrespectful, bro.
Bro,
yeah.
that is ridiculous. But
Yeah, over like, I mean, it's a dude that it looks like. I don't want to just go ahead. It looks like my man isn't all in. And I'm on with Ash about this. I'm not happy about this. This is bullshit. Dave Gettleman needs to be unretired so he can get fired. This man.
We taking a road trip to wherever he is in Massachusetts.
Man,
Cod.
fucking Greece. Yeah.
He gotta see me. That's all I'm saying.
Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Fucking send Jason Statham over there just to sniper one time. I kind of am annoyed about this. Another first round pick down the tubes. If nothing else, again, I'm just going to keep
Manny, I'm glad you brought that up because I just came across a tweet that was basically saying the Giants are one of the worst teams in the past 10 years at actually keeping their first round picks, let alone developing them, just straight up keeping them. We haven't kept the first round pick. Like, we extended Odell, but we traded him the first year into his extension.
That's why we keep drafting Georgia players, because we need to keep Andrew Thomas at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that seems he needs to be he can't leave the fucking building. I'm kind of on with Ash. I kind of feel annoyed, frustrated about all this, but also too, I'm with Ash as well in saying like Nate was over here acting like we were 1-10. Like he was, maybe it was because he was tired, but Nate was OGR. Everyone kind of just is very much is like Doomsville, as in Dave Gettleman is still our GM, as in we don't have 2 first round picks, as in if we can trade Kadarius, then hey, there's a dude, Bo Milton from Rutgers, that's a perfect slot receiver that arguably probably just because his receiver class is so deep, he probably would be getting more shine. And I think a lot of dudes do already talk about him often. This class is plentiful.
Here's my thing, Manny. Even if we get like a legit trade package for Toney, I'm probably alone in this, but I'm seeking to trade 7 so hard so that we could just fill in as many holes as possible. Like I'm staying at 5, I'm taking that tackle, but I'm trying to trade 7 for sure to try and get more
unless
picks.
it's like if Sauce or Thibodeau is on the board at 7, it's going to be hard for me to trade back because those guys are building blocks. You know, that's the same thing as like trading back and getting the picks, but then we miss out on Micah Parsons or Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
So I think it's just.
I was just saying, let's say Kayvon and Sauce are gone before we pick, and we get Neal at 5.
Yeah.
At 7, we can't trade.
Oh, you can't trade at 7?
No, because let's say Malik goes at 6.
So just give me the full rundown of the first 6 picks then.
So let's say Trayvon, Hutchinson, Kayvon, and Sauce go.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Did we get Neal?
We got Neal at 5. 6, Malik goes, and then 7, a team doesn't want to trade up for a quarterback.
I already know. I got the answer.
So what's the answer?
Ike Ekwonu.
Garrett Wilson. Oh.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I get you, Ash. I wouldn't be mad at that, but damn, give me Ike Ekwonu.
Yo, at that point, if we can't trade, it's BPA, man.
Yeah, and Ike would be BPA for real.
I just don't think. I mean, we're talking about us not being able to keep our first rounders. Would Ike really want to like? I mean, of course he can't say he doesn't want to go to us, but would he really want to play at guard for his career?
I mean, it's the same thing as like when the Cowboys drafted Zach Martin. He was a tackle out of college, made him a guard.
Oh yeah,
and all pro.
But we've seen.
I think it's just about.
Akeem said he wants to be a tackle.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've heard, and I think that's why at that point, like if you say give me Gary Wilson, give me Olave, whoever your flavor is, whoever you like. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, granted, there's still Jermaine Johnson on the board. There's still good, legit dudes. But it would just be. I've been saying for a while, man. If you can, like, if Ike Ekwonu to me is the best offensive lineman, and if we can get him at 7th with Devin Neal as well. I mean, I get what you're saying. Maybe he doesn't want to be a guard, but I mean, if you can, that's going to solidify the offensive line for sure. Put 3 dogs on the O line, and if you can be a consistent All-Pro bowler as a guard, you're going to get the bag, and in New York, you're going to be a star. So I think getting Icky would be right. I mean, that would be turning a negative into a positive for real. So,
Yeah.
But I mean, I get you too, because Garrett Wilson is special as well. He's athletic as hell, and if he comes in having to be the 3rd or 4th receiver, because we still have Saquon that can be a receiving threat as well, then I mean that's perfect case scenario for Garrett Wilson, because any other team is going to make him number 1 immediately.
A series of tweets from Dan Duggan here. Let me read out to you guys. So yet another person kind of co-signing Pat Leonard a little bit. He's saying can't report anything definitively on trade talks, but surveying sources inside the organization and around the league, the general reaction is quote unquote no surprise. Toney had red flags during the draft process and had a rocky rookie season and has skipped voluntary workouts with the new staff. As a new broom sweeps clean, and Shane and Dable aren't the ones who used the first-round pick on Toney. If the Giants are shopping Toney, it would seem there's no turning back, so what could they get? Only one source predicted a mid-round pick they'd be selling low. Those were a series of tweets right there by Dan Duggan.
Yeah, I saw that a couple of minutes ago. Like I said, like, I don't know. I don't know. And it makes me even mad about the whole Dave Gettleman thing, because they were literally bullying DeAndre Baker to go to practice in Georgia. They were literally like, they had to bully him into going to practice at Georgia. So like, that, and you still pick DeAndre Baker, like,
shit. Sweet shirt, by the way, Ash. Sweet
Thank
shirt.
you.
That link needs to be posted somewhere, man.
Yeah,
they got some legit shit.
They got. I gotta get the through the wire one, man.
Man, I already copped a UGK on there that they had a UGK Internationals Players Anthem. It's sweet merch. But hey,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna do a collab with them in the future, bro.
You guys go check out Fine Art of Michael Creaser. Sponsor of the Get Back. Sells a lot of good merch. I know a lot of people don't mess with Travis Scott, but I'm just wearing it today. So,
hey, he might do a collab with Young Joker soon. Shit. Hey, but I mean, I think this is also telling the players in there, now it's not safe for you. You switch. I think at the end of this is what this is what they need to do. This is what they need to do. And I mean, I'll just keep saying what Ash has been repeatedly saying. This dude was, if he didn't want to be there and he's only been there for like not even half the season, like a fucking, like a peck of the season, I think, or whatever. Okay, let him go. It is what it is. Hey, just think of it like this: you're making up for it because you got another first-round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let
me pop in Chris right here. Chris, what's up, man? What you got to say? And then after Chris, we got his squad, bro. It's been a minute since I spoke.
What's up, y'all? Hi, Kush. Yeah, Ashton, Manny.
What's going on, man?
I could not tell you what's going on in KT's head for a second. Have you seen his back?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? He has 89. Like, he must have spent, I don't know how many hours sitting, getting that tattooed onto his back. And I guess it's all about the image or something.
It's this, and it's in the skyline of New York City in the background too.
Yeah, it's like, it's not just, you're right. It's not just his number. It's also New York City. I'm baffled. I can't say I'm entirely surprised. I was always hopeful the whole rookie season that he would, there was just a bunch of little things that every time I saw a little thing, I said, it's not a big deal. That's a little thing. I don't really care that much. Oh, his shoes aren't on right. Who reports that, by the way? Like, the fact that they made that, like, come on. But I'm not sweating it too hard. I like the new regime, and I think that we'll be able to handle whatever comes our way. And I really like Christian Watson and Alec Pierce. I think
The
those are two
Giants
guys
really
that we
like
could
Christian
target.
Watson too, bro. They like that dude for like since before the Senior Bowl. They've been high on him.
Bro,
That's
it's like having
good to hear.
having a more athletic Galladay on the outside. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris Sims must have been whispering in their ears. Have you seen it? I just watched his top 5 wide receivers,
Mhm.
and spoiler alert, none of them are from Ohio.
are you serious?
Chris
That's
Sims has some
ridiculous.
hot takes.
That's
He
ridiculous.
probably got like Bo Melton third.
I mean, you said
No, he
K-Bot
doesn't have
wasn't
Bo
a
Melton
top
anymore.
5 edge
Oh,
in the
oh,
draft,
geez.
so
Guess who? I think number 1 was the Alabama guy. He just tore his
Jameson
ACL.
Williams.
Jamison
Yeah.
Williams.
Jameson. He
It
hit
was
him at number
probably
1.
Jameson.
It was Jameson, Christian Watson, Alec Pierce. I think was the top 3.
Alec Pierce is
Nice
really
and
good.
spicy.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Alec Pierce is kind of underrated, but I'd definitely try and take him with a third. I don't know. Has he risen into the second?
He might have, but also this draft is throw a dart. Go ahead,
Yeah.
take it, throw it.
Yeah,
Actually,
I've heard-
don't just throw a dart. Get drunk, put a blindfold on.
I heard
do a
I
360 and throw it.
I was listening to a podcast with Michael Lombardi like last year, in the beginning of last year, and he was talking about KADARIUS TONEY. He just said the same thing that, around the league, they said no surprise. He was like, good luck. I've already heard things in that building and people are just not pleased already. And that was before his rookie season even started. So I was already
Really?
something. Yeah, it kind of sucked to hear that. Cause I thought at first like, oh, these boys is just fucking hating. And I mean, they were right on the fucking ball.
And right from the chat, real quick, this is a name I've seen pop up a couple times so far throughout the night. Wandel Robinson out of Kentucky. People are saying he's like Tony if they want to like just straight up replace him in terms of his skill set.
Yeah.
I think James Cook could also do a similar role. I think that
since
he's actually a running back, his similar vision to KADARIUS TONEY's outside vision, but I don't think he has quite the elusiveness that
shit.
he has as
Hey,
an athlete.
give me David Sills. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
Oh,
Nah.
hell no.
I think another Saquon, you can use him more as a receiving threat, let him, either catch it from the backfield or just put him in the fucking slot, put him outside. Just some creativity in the offense is something. This is such a deep wide receiver class as well. Sky Moore is another nice receiver as well too. I feel like Christian Watson. I feel like he's probably going to go early. I can see Kansas City taking him. I can see a team like that needs a wide receiver late that misses out on like the top guys like Olave, Wilson, and them. I think there's still going to be some good wide receivers here. So it's almost like in a way we're just replacing them with the dude that at least is going to fucking be there.
Like George Pickens. But
Yeah, I like him. Him and Feliciano, they'll be throwing hands against the other teams together. I like that shit. I like that mentality.
I've seen so many videos of Pickens just fighting with the other team, man.
Yeah, that one of him against, I don't know. I remember he was just a cornerback and he took him into the fucking. He like slung him into the end zone man. What are y'all's opinions about that? Because can it be the same thing about like, oh, we don't like Trevor Penning because of that as well?
With Trevor Penning, I guess the difference is that one of them is happening after play, which still could be a flag and could still affect the game for sure. But with Penning, it's much more fundamental to his game, where it's like it's a bigger thing for Penning because like it's baked into how he plays his role.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about a tackle that isn't Evan Neal, Kim Aquano, or Charles Cross. I don't want to think about any other tackle if we're not getting rid of those.
What's your ranking? Who you like as like all three?
I'd probably go Neal, Ikem, Cross. I also don't think that there's a massive gap. I still think there is a gap, but there's something to be said about the technique of Charles Cross. I think his pass pro is very good. Also, you can clearly see the Giants are very high on him. You see so many reports.
In the words of
saying about
Diggy,
how
man.
much we like him.
In the words of Diggy, myself, and Nate, we've been saying for a while now, let's not undervalue pass protection, and he's the best pass protector in the class.
Well, aren't you guys worried about the left tackle, right tackle switch?
No, I would rather because I've seen people bring this up in terms of like Andrew Thomas as well. They're like, if we draft Cross, should we move Thomas to the right side? I'm like, nah, he's a rookie. If I'm drafting you at 5th overall in the draft as an offensive tackle and you can't learn the right tackle position, then I probably shouldn't have drafted you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But Chris, let me hear what you got to say in terms of the Tony trade. What do you think we could get back for him? And then with like let's say we get a pick this year, use that pick to tell me what wide receiver you take to replace him.
Yeah, third, Alec Pierce. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to get a third and take Alec Pierce if he's there in the third round. He really should be valued higher. I haven't watched all of the
Somebody made a joke in the chat saying that Desmond Ridder held him back.
I said that actually.
Oh, that was
true.
you?
It's not a joke. That's a fact.
That was you. Expand on that.
Desmond Ridder just he's not the best at progressions, and apparently Alec Pierce is very good at burning people. This is from a few different sources that I've heard on Alec Pierce and how much they like him. Specifically today, most recently I listened to Chris Sims talk about him and how against Alabama. Obviously, he's against Alabama, so Desmond was a little bit shaken. So didn't really have time to look over there. But yeah, I think that he's a really good player. Also, Ashton, earlier you mentioned that Dable made Gabriel Davis look like a superstar wide receiver. I had to correct you. He is a superstar wide receiver. Gabe Davis is legit. I went to UCF. I watched him, and I watched.
You
him
were
in
there
NFL
when
now.
Davis was there. That's actually kind of cool.
I wanted Gabriel Davis. I wanted us to draft him.
I also wanted us to draft him.
Take a single receiver. I just said that because he that whole season. I don't know if he got hurt or anything, but that whole season he really didn't do anything. I mean, I guess that's hard when you.
That was Dylan Gabriel's freshman season. He had a freshman quarterback.
Where no, I'm talking about the season in the playoff game where he had those 5 touchdowns. I'm talking about that. Yeah, that
season.
I
mean, it wasn't as good as his freshman season, but I think it was still pretty good. I mean, he's playing opposite.
Chris, are you still at UCF or did you graduated?
Graduated last semester.
Oh well, first of all, congrats last semester.
Congrats, bro.
Thanks, man.
Bro, do you have your own channel? My God, you're dropping a lot of knowledge right now.
No.
Oh well, just a very knowledgeable football fan.
Lurking. I stay lurking.
Who's lurking for this Kadarius Toney trade? I don't see anybody. I don't know, man. Watch this be just like the James Bradbury situation where we're still waiting for somebody to call and give us an offer for James Bradbury.
I think the Saints, and if I had to guess a team, I would see the Saints or the Chiefs, just because
they're desperate for a receiver.
The Chiefs just got rid of Tyreek, and they would first of all, Kadarius Toney only had 1 year off his rookie contract, so 4 years off his rookie contract. He's getting paid $3 million a year, so that's not a lot of money. And he fits a similar role that you had with Tyreek, or they were interested in Debo. He would fit that similar role with Debo. So just why trade for a receiver, pay him 25, 27 million, where you could just get a receiver, could send a third for him, which your team can afford doing because you're a playoff team. You already have a good squad. So, I was saying we could trade them Kadarius, Bradbury, and a third for one of their first. That was just me being a fan.
We did a favor to the Jets and traded a third for Leonard. They should trade a third for Kadarius. They need a wide receiver too.
That wouldn't be surprising.
We could have.
I guess his tattoo.
Yeah,
bro. I've seen so many people tweet his back, bro.
It works.
I mean, yeah, it does.
He just stays in the city.
Ooh, yep. Jets.
He keeps the number. He keeps the tag.
Yo, imagine if he gets traded. Does he have to get a big removal for that, bro? What is this?
No, he just wouldn't get it removed. It's just that was a different chapter of my life.
That's a team that financed my Warrior 3.
Yeah, but that's literally his entire back, bro.
I use it as motivation.
It was an important chapter of my life. I have no idea.
That was my first. That team was my first producer on my first album. That's what that was. They're the first ones that financed this shit.
Bro.
No, his first album came out a while ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even. Yeah, either way.
He's about to win an MTV award. I don't know what y'all talking
about. If only the Giants were on Hard Knocks, this would be entertaining to watch. But Chris, let me get some more thoughts out of you, bro, before I got hit squad in. And you definitely got to call in more, bro. You say you'd be lurking these streams, man.
All right.
Hey, yo. I didn't like how that sounded. But
Not really pause worthy, but
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what Ash is on, bro.
Lurking these streams.
lurking. Yeah, I'm the one who said it, so he's just quoting me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chris.
I have a great sense of scope here. I try not to freak out unless there's something to freak out about, like I don't know, the Giants taking Daniel Jones 6 overall.
Damn.
It's worth freaking out over. I didn't know who he was. I wasn't as invested at that point. It was a couple years ago, and it's like I think since then I got more invested in the Giants. I'm from New Jersey.
I gotta see what they're doing.
And I was like, "Yo, what's this Dave Gettleman guy doing? Oh, nothing good,
Bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dave Gettleman, I saw somebody in the chat say it, bro. He's somewhere sipping on a margarita, and it just does not sit right with me, man.
I have no.
Take his take his fucking
really,
stock.
It's a difficult job, and when you're setting up your draft boards with a Wii remote, you know something's not going, the best.
Fucking thick college book. Fucking binder.
I can't wait to see our the War Room.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Joe
looks
Shane
nice
have
this
like
year.
a pledge to have more technology or something?
Yeah,
you're gonna see like flat screen TVs. It's
Take
probably
away
gonna be
the
like an
magnets.
open layout. It's gonna be nice. I just trust the people that we brought in. When you just think about it, you just think about the people we brought in. Whatever they choose to do, like first year at least, I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
You know
Hey,
what's
man.
crazy?
Go ahead, Ash.
When we drafted Kadarius, everybody was like, "Well, Urban Meyer was going to take Kadarius." Well,
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do
Urban
it.
Meyer wanted Kadarius, so I mean,
Don't do this. Oh my God, bro. Urban Meyer turned out to be the worst head coach in NFL history, man.
He is the worst. He is.
I just thought about that. Was
I can't remember when has a coach been fired in their first year, like halfway through it.
Bro, this man didn't know the name of Aaron Donald, bro.
He's like, this is Alabama every weekend.
Yeah,
What
who's
the
that
fuck
guy?
are you
I
talking
hear we're
about?
supposed to worry about him. I don't know who is he.
I'm the head ball coach around these parts.
Bro, he kicked the kicker,
you got yourself
bro.
one of these?
This man was ridiculous.
And they were like, you know what, Tim Tebow, you're looking all right. You want to play tight end?
He didn't fly with the team after a game, and he
cheated on his wife, and it got broadcasted across the world.
Was caught groping her from behind. This man was a wreck. Made Joe Judge look like fucking Joe Lombardi.
All right, Chris, I'm gonna pop you out, bro. I want to say once again,
right,
thank you.
Let me on.
No problem, bro. Let me get Hit Squad in here. Oh man, bro. Urban Meyer is a legend of the wrong proportions, bro.
My boy.
Hey, what's going on, y'all boys? How
What's
y'all
up,
boys
man?
Doing? Shit, chilling, man, chilling.
Okay, let's hear. You're chilling with all this going on. Same wave as Ash?
Yeah, just chilling. I just got me some food. Posted up in the whip, so you know. Just,
I know what he on.
You know,
yeah, we all know what he's on.
But nah, man. When I first saw, Pat Leonard posted, I'll be honest with you, like, first thought, like, I was like, I don't give a fuck what this man gotta say. Like, this shit probably ain't even real. And then, like, I saw more people commenting on it, and I was like, all right, like, this shit probably is real. And I was like, I'm not really gonna read into it, but I'll be honest with you, dog. If we do trade this man, this organization pissed me off, bro. I don't understand. You hear the Kayvon shit where he rubs somebody in the front office the wrong way. Like, who gives a fuck? Excuse my language, but who cares, dog? Like, he's a baller on the field. Like,
I made a tweet.
To be honest.
I made a tweet that said it was a direct response to the Kayvon thing. I was like, LT did crack, bro. If the Giants don't draft Kayvon because they're concerned, like, bro,
LT is a predator.
LT is now, he's now officially a predator. In the 80s, he was doing that white stuff,
Ash,
bro.
You said it earlier, DeAndre Baker.
Yeah,
crazy,
I'm like, it would be so hypocritical of the Giants, DeAndre Baker, or now KT, if they don't draft somebody with immense talent. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, bro.
You're right, because it's like LT literally did cocaine, and like he's literally like listed as a predator, but in most Giants,
I just want to say, by the way, I got
can't leave the state
I
of
got
Florida.
backlash from so many old head Giants fans, bro,
I saw
for that tweet.
He was
I
like,
saw.
yeah,
And
but
they
he's
were like,
still the
it's
greatest of
cocaine.
all
Yeah,
time.
somebody
Like,
somebody responded, chat. Somebody responded to the tweet with me saying that Coke made him special. I was like, what, bro?
I mean, the
What
coke
are
in the
you
80s was
saying?
different, so I mean, I guess I
Hey,
understand. But nah, man, it's
girls go out
I'll
like a
be
bunch of
honest
mean
with you, man.
dogs.
If we do trade him, which I'm gonna be real, I don't think we do trade him, but if we do trade him, I'm looking at if he falls, man, Jahad Dotson at 36, man.
Now you're talking my language.
I mean, I'm dead ass serious because I already thought we were gonna take a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds, but if KT's there, it's looking like the first 2 rounds. I'm gonna be honest because I love Galladay, but like that hit be pissing me off too. So it's like I can't trust him, and Sterling Shepard's coming off the Achilles, so I mean I ain't gonna
Hey,
rely on Darius Slayton. So
you
I
got
can
it.
really see the first two, to be honest.
I think we all got admit though. Kenny Galladay. I mean, he at least is making you feel like he wants to be. He wants that shit, and he's not. And he's
Yeah,
gonna
for sure.
Yeah,
try
like
it,
listen, bro, Kenny
you know?
Galladay, there's two things so far this offseason that like has kind of made me have like my fate is reinstilled back in him a little bit, right? It was the first one when he was telling everybody to keep that same energy, right? Like on Instagram and on like basically all over his social media, because he was referring to the energy we all had when we wanted this man. And I'm like, okay, is he about to take himself serious? And he did. He's showing up to the voluntary thing. He was the one player that stuck in my mind when he's talking about everybody should be here, that we should be in contact with each other. And I don't know if, low key, he's just saying that because Dave's probably told him to say it or something, but at the very least, I'm seeing that out of him.
Nah, and it's you make a good point because when I watched that Galladay interview, I mean, when he said that him and Tony really hadn't spoken in a while, I mean,
That
kinda
was a
had me
big red
thinking a
flag,
little
man.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you would think that there's at least some texting going on in the off season, how they can improve, what this new system's possibly going to look like. And I'll be honest, like I didn't really mind him not being at voluntary workouts because I know when he's on the field he'll ball. But it's like I don't know, man. It's just like little things here and there that like people are pointing out, like with the Dable interview, again with the Galladay interview. It just makes you think. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he gets traded because ain't Shane said that he's untradeable. Like
He
I
said
think he
that a
said
couple
like
months ago,
7
right?
weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I think it
Yeah,
was
so it's like weird.
wasn't that the Senior Bowl or something?
The
It was at
combine.
the combine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Combine.
said that he's untouchable. So it's like if you're gonna say that, I just don't understand what in 7 weeks changed your mind. Him not going to voluntary workouts, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
Listen, there's probably something behind the scenes that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Like,
Because if we went off of what Pat Leonard said all the time, then Matt Patricia would have been our head coach. So,
Yeah. No.
he doesn't bat 1,000.
But you know what's crazy, dog, is that you see a lot of people hate on KADARIUS Toney, like especially like them old head folk hating on KADARIUS Toney, and I'm just like, bro, like,
yeah,
just
yeah. Can
like,
you say that
just
sentence again,
like,
bro? The what?
them old head folk.
Okay.
What
that
type of old head? Like,
Nah, Ash,
it's just
stop,
like,
Ash, stop
too
it,
much? Too
stop
much?
it, Ash, stop it.
My
bro,
fault, my fault.
I'm just saying,
Too
dog.
much,
It's
like,
like just call them what you want to call them. Like you just throw around the word disease and cancer. Like dude hasn't done anything, so call him what you try to call him. Like that's just what I'm seeing it as. Like because these
damn.
old fans be going crazy, dog.
Just
like,
call him a.
Yo, stop.
I'm just saying they want to do it. They chomping at the bit.
They're like, oh, see, Ash and I are on the same wavelength. We thinking the same way. Because like I be seeing them posting, I'm like, that ain't even what you try.
I mean,
to say,
you guys saw the on my Twitter post on it, bro.
Yeah.
There's definitely some people that are way too happy to use inhumane descriptions for these players, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're quick to say it. They're quick to call somebody out.
Like, there's some that like they ain't afraid to show it, especially with the. There was someone recent. I gotta remember who, where they were like really showing their colors, and I was like, damn, like y'all really showing your colors with this shit.
With Brian Flores, that whole situation.
With the what?
Oh
Brian
my God,
Flores and that whole situation.
Yeah, the Brian Flores situation. I was like, y'all are really showing your ass right now.
And I wanted to say real quick, right? Like another like thing that I just know is gonna come out of this is that there is gonna be a certain sect of Giants fans that's gonna be cheering that they're right and that's gonna be happy that this is happening, and they're never ever gonna want to take anybody that doesn't fit the mold of like a goody two shoes player that just just basically shut up and play ball type of player.
Exactly. And it's like, for me, it's funny because I've been saying this, like, y'all ain't have a problem when Rashad Jennings was open about playing guitar and playing music, but y'all are getting on this man because he does music on the side. When he said that, it's something that he does, but football comes
Bro,
first.
we know why.
They
I
weren't
know we
upset
know
when the
why.
kicker fucking had
We
that
all know
domestic
why.
dispute.
Rashad Jennings was a light enough skin tone to the exception.
Oh my
So
god.
I mean, we just know. I don't know why we have to, just act like, oh, we can't say this.
My
We can't,
God.
I mean,
They're like,
hey, remember when that kicker had that?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, remember when that kicker had that domestic dispute issue?
That's what, bro.
Oh, they were
God, dog.
silent. That was crazy.
Leave the man alone and his family. Oh, fuck off.
Look,
We don't know what happens behind the scenes. We don't know. We gotta find all the evidence first.
but that's what drives me crazy is like,
yeah.
they make it seem that this kid,
I won't
he has
even.
allegations off the field. He's beaten women. He's done all this. Dog, he hasn't done anything.
Man,
Like,
yeah.
he makes
No, I
music
get it,
and he
though.
didn't show up to volunteer. Can I ask y'all something real quick? Like, genuinely, can I ask y'all something? I'm sure every one of y'all work. I'm sure every one of y'all got a boss at some form, right? Are
Yeah.
any of y'all going to your job if it was voluntary and it was your vacation day or off day?
Can I be real?
But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that
Can I-
though. Like,
Yeah.
if my job was saying, hey, like we're implementing a new system or something like that, you don't have to come. But we're implementing a new system and stuff like that, and everybody is there but me. Like I would expect them to feel some type of way. Like it's like
I can
when
understand
you're
that.
it's like
Yeah,
when you're in school,
I was gonna
right?
say, to apply some context, if I wouldn't go because it's voluntary. Oh, but if,
Yeah.
like Ash is saying, I found out that the first day everybody except me is there, I'm like, oh, I probably should go to second day, man.
Yeah, and
I
I'll
agree
say,
there, yeah.
And I'll say this, probably if it's like the job I'm doing now, same thing. If it's everyone there, for sure. But if I'm an NFL football player and that's my job, that's my profession, yeah, I'm going every time they have something going.
And
If
it's
it's a
like-
fucking barbecue in someone's
It's
backyard,
like-
I'm going.
It's like
That shit was
people-
funny as hell, man.
People bring up
Yeah.
Odell, right? And it's like, okay, Odell didn't go because he broke records. He took the Giants to the playoffs in 2016. He was a Pro Bowler multiple times, and he was trying to get paid. KADARIUS hasn't done anything, right? And it was like when they were lifting weights and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. But the moment I heard that they were giving out the playbook and they were on the field like doing 7-on-7s and stuff, I was like, yeah, this might be a problem. Like this might be a problem. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe something breaks
I mean,
in the next day about KADARIUS or something. So we don't know.
Shit,
but...
he responded. He said, "You don't believe everything on the internet," and then he spelled gullible wrong.
Stop it.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's crazy that he spelled gullible wrong, but like I didn't even notice. I just read it as gullible. I didn't even notice until someone pointed it out, and I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Like,
same here.
And people were like, "Oh, KADARIUS is staying." I'm like, "Bro, you didn't even spell gullible right." I'm like,
Did y'all see the little mouse in the corner?
Yeah, it was Jerry.
That's great. That's great.
Was that for Pat the Rat, bro?
I think so. Hell yeah.
It has to be. But
bro,
you know what? I'm gonna say this much, dog. I'm just curious to how many KADARIUS for Debo videos I'm about to see, dog.
Oh yeah, you already know,
Mike
bro.
Green was on that a few nights ago.
Dog, shit.
Mike Green broke the news before anybody that Debo wanted out. He said that was like news that was hovering in San Francisco and shit.
No, it wasn't Mike Green that broke the news. It was actually a sub in the chat in the Bay Area. But Mike Green hopped on it. I'm talking about potential trades we could do. I could probably scroll down and see what sub it was because they live in the Bay Area and it was like a local news. Danny Thomas, that's who did it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But his squad, bro, what you got, man? I got Big Blue in the Bronx in the back, too. In fact, you know what? Let me just pop on Big Blue in the Bronx. Just go ahead, man. Let's just all chill here, because I'm probably going to go for probably like another 12, 15 minutes. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I'm going to let y'all boys do your thing, because I actually have to hop off.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get my my little piece in, but y'all boys, it's been real.
Bro, have a good one, man.
You too, bro. Thank you.
Oh, yo, by the
All
way,
right, bro.
I mean, y'all
I
be
always
safe.
gotta
You be
plug
safe,
him,
man.
bro, because this man made my intro music, so you already know, bro.
Shit.
Have a good one,
You
man.
good. Appreciate you.
All right, dude.
Yeah, and shout out to Big Blue Stan in the chat. Yeah, we're definitely taking that trip up to Massachusetts, bro. But go ahead, Alex. What you need, man?
It doesn't end. I mean, draft week. Draft week. We can't even,
Can't even have a nice feel good Friday.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I was talking about it with my friend who has a couple of NFL sources, and the whole thing before it even came out today. And he said, "Well, who knows? The Giants may look to move KADARIUS TONEY." So I'm gonna implement my thoughts just on everything real quick. Then I want to ask a draft question because I actually did a stream a few minutes ago based on O-lineman. Do I feel KADARIUS TONEY should show up? Yes, I do. If he was a proven player and this is like an old system, okay, I got it. All right, listen, it's voluntary for a reason. I don't give two rats about his rap career. You do on the side what you do on the side. I don't think that's affecting him. My personal opinion.
Me neither.
I like the fact that he's staying fit. I like the fact that he's staying fit, doing stuff with his coaches in the yard and stuff. But I personally would like him to come because obviously, when the hell are you gonna get the playbook? God knows what. I mean, Ryan Dable is not an a-hole, at least I presume right now, that he's gonna be spiteful. I don't think that's going to be it. I think when KADARIUS TONEY shows up, he shows up. It's going to be like that, and no love. It's not going to be he has a vendetta against him or anything. But I feel like he should show up. I feel like he should show up. The fact that Kenny Galladay came out and said everyone should be here kind of says something a little bit. I know Mark Lewinsky had a child, so there's kind of an excuse there. I know a couple other players didn't show up. Like James Bradbury, I'm not going to yell at him because I'm not expecting him to show up because he's on the trade block. And then Blake Martinez, I don't think showed up one of the days, so I want to know what's going on there.
With Blake, though, I mean, he's
terms of
coming off a major injury, so like even then, I'm like, okay, that's probably why.
Okay. Yeah. No, you can bring up a good point. In terms of this trade rumors stuff, I don't believe it. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe it. I don't care about had Pat Leonard hit on this and this. I don't care. I want someone else to confirm it. Obviously, KADARIUS put on his Instagram basically it's not true. When it came out, I said that's not true. If they were willing to move him, if that's actually going to happen, and someone brought this up in one of my group chats today, that Joe Shane basically said at the combine that KADARIUS was the only untradeable piece, that he would be looking in all options, trade on the roster, but KADARIUS TONEY was very untradeable. I don't know that anything has changed the last 7 weeks besides him not showing up. So I don't know if anything has. I'm not in the building, but I don't believe the rumors. If we did give him up, though, I would want decent value at least, because that's our first-round pick from last year, and we were supposed to evaluate, this extra first-round pick plus Toney, did we win that trade? Plus Justin Fields on the other side. So, if we trade Toney and maybe don't get a good chunk of value back, we lost that trade prematurely. Obviously, years down the line, we'll know. But I would like a decent value for Toney. If we do move him, I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Does anybody know when the media, like when Joe Shane speaks to the media
again?
Like probably till after the draft, right? Or
he probably once they make their first round pick.
Because he just spoke to them like on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And in that too, going off of what Big Blue in the Bronx said, in that interview that Ash said was bullshit. He said that Joe Shane said Joe Shane even said that they just had a conversation and they've been having good communication with each other and stuff. So whatever that means, I guess what could have changed in this last week that has made it already like, okay, we're ready to trade him. I mean, if we're going to be optimistic about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like what Alex is what I proposed earlier. What if we're playing 5D chess and he's saying this to just blow like the biggest smoke screen ever, so nobody knows where in the world the Giants are going with the first round pick? But
you think KADARIUS TONEY shows up Monday?
What's Monday? Is Monday another workout?
I'd
I'm not
assume they're
caught up.
just going to continue this process or some sort, you know?
I don't
I
know.
thought it was just a 3-day thing.
Yeah, I thought it was just a
Hold on, let me
3.
see.
I don't think
I'm
there's
not
another
100%.
workout until after the draft. I want to say.
You better see Kadarius Toney pinned in New York somewhere.
You're just gonna see him show up to the Giants facility,
Just see
catching
him
balls from
fucking
the juggle
posted up
machine.
with, see him posted up with KG like in a fucking park somewhere, like in an
Yeah,
open field.
So they had the voluntary mini camp, 1921. Joe Shane spoke to the media yesterday, and then they don't have they have rookie mini camp May 13th through 15th, and then they have OTA workouts 16th to 17th. So
I might
if
be
he's
in.
not there at OTAs, that might be some a little.
I
Yeah.
might be
A
in the
little.
East Rutherford MetLife area during that mini camp session. So
They better allow fans to actually attend.
I was
mini
gonna say,
camps
are they
again.
opening it up for fans?
I don't
Have they
know.
actually been
Well, I
confirmed?
Do
mean,
y'all
that's
think they're gonna do a fan fest thing?
I mean, they're
this
doing a
year?
draft party, aren't they?
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like
They're
last
doing
year
it.
they had a fan fest thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, yeah. I'm saying in terms of rookie minicamp, they don't open up training camp. They open up to the fans. I'm
Mhm.
talking
Yeah.
like I'm supposed to be. I think possibly if everything works out, that 13th to 15th period. I think I'm supposed to be in that East Rutherford area. So who knows? I might see our first round pick. By the way, Hub, you'll be happy to know this. My brother met Obi Toppin today.
Oh, word? Where?
Yeah. He was, as my brother was lending and kind of enough because he was Obi Toppin was doing a meet and greet in the city at the NBA store, and you had to pay $75 or over for a product, and then you meet Obi Toppin. So
Oh,
And
that's
NBA
similar.
players
That's
get
similar to
all the money.
That's similar to how I met Mitch Robinson back in 2019, except it wasn't $75. I just bought a hat, which was like $25, and I
Listen,
was able to
man,
meet Mitch, and I got it signed.
I gotta go, but
Mhm.
I want to leave on this note. I thank you for having me on. This was nice. Y'all got to speak our thoughts. Gettleman, Dave Gettleman is a war criminal. I never want to hear his name again. Keep him far away from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Keep him away from New York City and the New York Giants. He's a piece of crap, and he can retire. He should have been fired. He can retire in peace. With that being said, I will catch y'all later. Big Lou in the Bronx, Manny, Hub, and everybody that joined in. It's nice talking to y'all. Peace.
Have a good one, man. Where are you sitting, Alex? Where in the world do you see us trading him for and to? That's really the only questions I got to ask now with this Tony situation, man.
if it was to happen, someone brought up to, and I don't think this would happen because you rarely see it, and I don't think the Chiefs would give up too many picks. But Bradbury, in a fairy tale situation, Bradbury and Tony for a few picks, or Tony package that with like their second round and move back into the first for one of those Chiefs picks, and then get Jahan Dotson or somebody. But I mean, I don't.
I mean,
really,
do you see a trade like that even able to happen this late? I mean, it's less than a week than the first round.
unless it happens on draft night, probably not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's been already a Madden like NFL season with everything that's going on. And
Hey, calm down
all
for
the
a
moves
second
and
though.
trades.
It did calm down for a hot second. I want to say for about a month after all the crazy trades and movement with quarterbacks and stuff went down.
But then you still had like other dudes like Debo, I want out. AJ Brown, I possibly want out. Kyler Murray, I want to get
Christian
signed
Kirk
before the
screwed up
draft.
the market royally. $21
Oh,
million a year for a number 2-3 wide receiver.
100%.
Hey, good for him though. That's in Florida, so he's gonna get all that juice.
Man, I don't even know what else to say, man. Alex, you got
Bro,
anything else to add on the Tony thing? Because I'm
you
beat.
said you had some questions about the draft?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
just finished up an offensive lineman stream, and I'll admit I'm not the best at breaking down traits and stuff like that, but if you guys have done far work yet, top 5 offensive tackles, top 5 interior offensive linemen for this draft.
Okay, so the first 3 and then the other 2 in whatever order you want, right? So the first 3, Keem, Neal, Cross. Then I think it's Penning, and probably Abraham Lucas. He's been growing on me a lot, but of course, if anybody has Bernard Raymond there, I would understand as well. Interior guys, Green, Linderbaum, Johnson, Sawyer, I'd say, and I know there's somebody that's slipping my mind. Hold on, let me pull up a list real quick.
Dylan Parham, Cole Strange.
Those guys are a little bit more down. Let me see. NFL draft, IOL. And now I gotta actually sort by IOL. Thank you so much,
Smith.
ESPN.
Trying to come up with every guard name I have.
Bronx, what's your take on Kayvon?
Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Smith.
I mean, he's known as a tackle, but that's okay. I mean,
so is Sawyer. So is Sawyer. I view them both as guards at the NFL level.
I think Smith is probably just gonna have a better shot at probably starting immediately as a guard, developmental. Mm-hmm. Especially if he plays with like a legit tackle as well too. Like that always helps a guard being able to come in. For me, I think it goes Neal, Iquanu, Cross. I'm actually gonna go Daniel Fa'alele at 4. And then Trevor Penning. Like if I had the choice between those, I would just say give me somebody else, and then I'll go Daniel Fa'alele in the second. Mm-hmm. And then interior, Green, Zion Johnson, Tyler Linderbaum, Jamari Sawyer, and then I'll go Tyler Smith as well, because I like that there's a lot of good offensive linemen that have gone in and out, that have played inside and outside. That's a good trade to have. But I think Akeem Iquanu is probably the best overall offensive lineman. I can see him going into guard and being an all-pro there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the versatility from this class, because I was, as I said, I was doing a stream like Evan Neal. He's played guard. Tyler Smith can move inside. Ecom could play guard. What was his name? Kenyon Green played left tackle this past season. So lots of versatility. I mean, personally, if I'm going to run down my list real quickly, and I think you had a question for me, Manny, I'll address that afterwards. So number 1 for me would be Neal. Then it'd be Iquanu, Cross, Penning, and then Tyler Smith at tackle. Then interior, I take Linderbaum, Zion Johnson, Kenyon Green, Dylan Parham, and Donovan West.
I'm guessing Manny has to talk to his kids there.
Yeah, no, I'm here. But yeah, no, I agree with that move. I agree with those plays, and it's interesting because not a lot of people have already said Tyler Smith is an interior lineman. Do you think you could play tackle?
Yeah, I mean he has to work on a lot of things in pass protection, and his balance is also an issue. Let me see. I actually got his thing up right here. But yeah, he could play both. I know the tackle that was on the other side of the Tulsa line can also play guard, Chris Paul, not the Suns.
Chris Paul, yeah.
Chris Paul, yeah, he can move inside. And I feel like he could be a pick in the 5th round that the Giants take and try to develop.
Mm-hmm.
I think his question was about Tibbs.
Yeah, what's your opinion on Thibodeau? And do you think he's worth all the headaches about his character and everything at 5, excuse me?
Take him at 5. I whatever Giants Wire put out about the Giants front office not liking him or whatever, that's all the old heads who've been there since God knows when. I mean, I understand, yeah, maybe you're somewhat concerned about Toney now and Baker a few years ago, but I mean, at least what I know, it's nothing off the field. It's just sometimes he's not that good in the running game. That can be adjusted. So, I mean, typically I see us taking either Sauce and Neal or Sauce or Cross, but if Thibodeau's a Giant, I'm happy.
I'll be as well. It's just, I already asked you this question, but now if we actually trade Toney, I'm definitely thinking 2nd or 3rd round. One of those top 5 100 picks probably is going to be used on a replacement for him, and then hopefully we actually get a good package back where we could still get like a linebacker with his pick or something like that.
I feel like a lot of the Kayvon talk is like the Micah Parsons talk. I mean, granted, I know Micah Parsons probably did a lot more worse things in the locker room, so to speak, when it comes to all that stuff. But it's the same thing. It's like, okay, we're just talking about things that can't be proven, that can't be measured, that can't, be evaluated. It's personality, it's preferences. He says something about Alabama over Oregon or whatever the case. I mean, whatever. He also has a foundation, about helping kids be able to get out of their certain situations and be able to, have a better life. He works with the youth. He's already mentioned things about like, I know I'm getting drafted to a team that isn't on the winning side, that haven't won for a while. And it's my job to not just be the best me, but it's also my job to help the team around me be able to perform and ask the best out of the coaches, ask the best out of the players, and, expect greatness from the team, not just from himself. So
Yeah.
that's all sounds like guys that know, hey, I'm coming in. I know what I'm coming into, and I know what I have to do.
Agreed.
And then real quick before I close it out, didn't the Yankees win tonight? Are you happy or not? Or am I kidding?
They did. They did win tonight. I mean, their record.
Are you happy?
8-6. I didn't watch much of the game, honestly, but yeah, the Yankees win. I'll take it.
You'll take it? I mean, you have the Yankees hat on. I know you were doing a stream, but I thought you probably would have been keeping track of it on your phone or something.
Yeah, I mean, I kept track of it online just a tad bit, but I was mostly focused on the stream. But yeah, I'm happy. When they win, they win.
Heard you. Guys, before I end it out, apparently there's been a rampant fake account going around. There's a fake Kayla account. They wanted me to address it, so I am addressing it. One of them has a cropped profile picture. Kayla, I'm still not sure if you would do it or not. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But guys, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna close it out. I am tired, much like Nate was. I'm sure Manny is tired. Alex actually looks pretty lively. I don't know what he's been drinking during the day. But hopefully a lot of this stuff gets sorted out. We'll see what happens in very much in the next couple of weeks. I'm beginning to lean towards that they're just feeling his value. They're trying to feel out his value or whatnot. And even then, that's still probably bad because you could probably destroy the relationship between the player and the front office with that. But we'll see what happens, man. Any last thoughts before I go, guys?
Maybe Pat the Rat will kind of help the situation and be like, hey, kind of blame it on him. Maybe that's what they'll do. Because, I mean, Shane even went at him yesterday. He's like, you're not asking about the other players that aren't here, Pat. So maybe I can build on that. But, hey, it was good talking to you. Always good talking to you, Kush. Always good talking to you, Blue and Bronx. I follow you. Love your content. Love your work. I'm excited to see what you guys have coming up for the draft week. I know you guys always come up with some good shit. So I'm excited to see the content. And I appreciate you guys always for having me on, Kush.
No problem, man. Alex, plug yourself, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do much draft content leading up to this big week. I've started, as I mentioned before, I did a stream yesterday called Count. It's all part of a series leading up to the draft called Countdown to the NFL Draft, where I do different videos. Yesterday I did my 32 pick mock, so it's very interesting, obviously, to look at. If you guys want to go back and watch it, you can. I'll probably do a video next 2 days, and we'll see about the live streams, but appreciate Hub having me on. Haven't been on in a minute, but he always
busy,
has the
man.
good content coming along, and appreciate it.
That's it for now, guys. We out. I'll see you Sunday, actually, guys. Don't forget, I will be start promoting it tomorrow, but the Jeopardy stream will be on Sunday.
Arms.
What's up?
Plug his arms one time.
Bro, Aziz's arms, bro, are ridiculous. That's all I gotta say. That man is